Hi, everyone. It's Mitch from PickDogs.com and SportsChatPlace.com, and I got the Puck Dogs with me, who were part of just PickDogs.com, but now they're part of SportsChatPlace.com. Of course, Chris was part of SportsChatPlace.com, then Pick Dogs, back into SportsChatPlace, and now both again. And yeah, it's kind of the way it works. Rod, he's just here for the chicks and the booze, and we're okay with that. You know. Like the women and booze. Anyways, I got something to a bone to pick with you guys, with these two guys. You guys, you didn't get every game right, and
What else you do?
you're horrible people for it. You stink at what you do because you picked Penn State and they lost. Forget the parlay that you hit. Forget everything else. Forget the thousands and thousands and thousands of winners you've given out, and also that you get up and take the time to do this show and whatever else you do. Participate in the Facebook group. Basically, give a la carte answers to people's questions for free. How dare you?
How dare
Miss that Penn State game. You're suckers. Suckers. It's like, I mean, this is what people
if
said on the internet. I can't even. I mean, normally I could think of a way to laugh it off, which we are, and it's like, but I don't even know what to say. It's like, I mean, that I have to sit here and defend that Rod and I both hit 3-team parlays. If you combine them, you got a 6-team parlay. If you round robin them with Chris's picks, basically you quit your job today. It's like, I'm not really sure what more we can do. It's like, if somebody has a suggestion on that front, though, I'm always, as always, all ears. But if it includes winning every single game, I can't promise that because I don't think I can do it. I would love to, man. I try my ass off to do that.
try, yeah.
I try like crazy to see it, but I don't know, man. To me, it's I struggle with it. It's something I struggle with. I can't see the comments. That's what I'm looking for. But anyways, outside of missing that Penn State game, Chris, how you doing? Did you get any sleep or just killing yourself, beating yourself up over that? Here we are. Way the hell over here. They're on my other screen. It's like that's where they're hiding. But Chris, you able to live with yourself after that Penn State pick? I mean,
Barely.
you are a horrible person, man. I mean, it's like not only that, just everything about your total being outside of sports betting, that sucks too.
That I've come to accept. I'm okay with that. But I didn't even pick the Penn State game, so that's why.
It doesn't matter. Guilt by association. You were on the show.
Fair. Okay. All right. Okay.
And Rod picked it, and I did this.
Okay. And I was on the same screen. Okay. I get it. Okay.
That's exactly what you were on.
Okay.
Horrific.
I was able to look at myself in the mirror this morning.
All right. I'm struggling.
I didn't say I happily looked at myself in the mirror. I just said I was able to.
I know we didn't get that Penn State right, but would have won 2-team. Both parlays of Penn State would have won.
I gave out Florida State. I was like, they're gonna kill them. They're like they've had this game circled since November. It's like
I just love that same guy. Somebody in that same comment was like, Penn State killed me. What? We went over that game.
It's like,
and as I went over the game, as I was going over, you were like, I think you might be onto something there.
yeah,
that's what they were.
Eastern Michigan, right?
Eastern Michigan, and I was reading numbers off. And
Kentucky Moneyline,
Yeah,
we all love that. I think that was the consensus of the show.
Yep.
I think that was like an all-in-one consensus. I don't know. We could sit here and talk about yesterday's games all day long, but I think Rod's hit like 36 parlays in the last month on this show. He's like internet famous. So I would be taking advantage of him while he's hitting because everyone knows it doesn't last forever. I got news for you.
Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna enjoy it while we have it, but it's like I'll tell you what, we're gonna have such a big bankroll. We're gonna be able. It's gonna carry. We're already through football season next year at this point on it. Maybe we should start doing that. It's like, taking our free picks and putting putting like, some keeping a sheet and betting it or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll hire someone just to do that. To kind of track some stuff. I don't know. I'd say like stuff that were kind of like just an opinion. The ones where I say love, 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 right? All these different show statistics, and we can just run them across the tape, across the bottom. I'm up for it, man. I'll do it. If anybody out there wants to keep track of that, send me an email, Mitch@pickdogs.com or Mitch@sportschatplace.com, and throw me out a proposal, man. Let's do it. And you guys, I'll give you access to the graphics, and you can just run them all show long, saying, what we were yesterday and overall when Chris wears the the sequins, whatever. It's like it's not sequins. It just looks like sequins.
No, I got my rhinestone shirt coming in the mail, so we'll see how that goes.
You are the rhinestone cowboy. So what do we got today in the NHL?
6.
6. So 6, 7 is always a good number for NHL. We'll do the first 3 first. All right. I'm kind of sharing this around the show a little more now. I'm kind of showing it, getting the sports chat people in because I think a lot of them, they didn't see what we were doing here for a long time. Got a lot of comments. I'll go through these in a second too, as these guys are going through the hockey. So, I can't explain to everyone. Chris and I were having this discussion before the show, and Rod sat there and was, I think, humored a little bit by it. But it's like running one site the size of Pick Dogs or running one site the size of Sports Shop Place, the amount of content that it puts out is a massive feat. You don't see anybody else really doing it, right? It's like even some of the sites that were covering every game, now they say most of the games. And, soon they're going to say some of the games, right? Because we're basically have taken such a huge chunk out of their income that they can't afford to pay the writers anymore. That's basically what's happening. So the writers are coming to work with us, and the best of the ones have come. We got some new writers that are some heavy hitters, right? Anyways, speaking of NHL, but like I was saying, it's just an overwhelming thing. It's like it's just so busy, and plus the whole lawsuit legal thing. While we've reached a settlement, and while the settlement, you can see some of the things in process, like me wearing this shirt again, right? We're not 100% done. So it's like there's still wheels in motion going on out there. Blackhawks, Rangers, Bruins, Oilers, Coyotes, Stars. I like the Edmonton Oilers here plus 165. Rod, who do you like?
I think Boston comes in here and beats up on this lonely Oilers team. You can only go with it. I know.
The same thing I said when you picked Marquette yesterday. You're foolish.
I know Boston's done well in Edmonton, but I think Boston comes in here and beats them up today. I don't know if it beats them up, but they win them by a couple. Give me Boston on the puck line today. I really do. I think they come in and beat the Oilers. As much as I love the Oilers, I'm going to go against them today. That money does look nice, but I'm going to take the Boston Bruins here. The Oilers are, I don't know. They're lucky to hold out for so long. They got another injury to another. Yeah, but they're losing guys to injuries. The Oilers.
All right, how about the other 2 games we got here? Rangers, Blackhawks, and Coyotes, Stars.
For me, Dallas at home has been really good. Give me Dallas at home here over the Coyotes.
Those of you that can't see what's going on here, I dropped my power station on the floor. And that's what I'm digging around here for. Go ahead, Rod. Sorry.
And the Rangers and Chicago game. Um, Chicago the last two games have been scoring goals in bunches. Give me Chicago here at home. I think over the Rangers. I like Chicago. They're really pushing, and I really like the under 6.5 in that game as well.
So Chicago has really regressed here because we saw like they were hanging around 500, then they kind of got ahead of 500. Now they're back to the game over 500, 3-5-2 in their last 10 against the Rangers, 7-3, 14-11 and 1-1 on the road, 18-9 on the puck line on the road, 3-7. Most of their games have gone under recently. And I don't know. Better team is a dog, but you know I lived in Chicago, so I do love my Blackhawks.
I do. I don't know. I just see Chicago winning today.
Chris, what do you think about these three contests?
For me, I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna take the Rangers at plus 115. I just think the Blackhawks are kind of starting to look like they're running out of gas after that strong push just before the All-Star break, and then coming out of the All-Star break, the Rangers continue to play well behind solid goaltending behind Georgiev and Shesterkin. I just think it's another game that the goaltending wins out. I like the Rangers at plus money here. I'm with Ryan. I like Boston, but I like them in regulation, minus 130 against Edmonton. I think this is the game where we start to see where the lack of McDavid hurts the Oilers. You know, the Bruins are healthy, they're fully loaded, and I think they come in and get a win here. And I like Dallas in regulation at minus 110 against Arizona. Arizona just continues to have issues, especially on the road, 2-8 in their last 10 road games. Dallas continues to play well at home, so I'll take Dallas in regulation.
Who do you like in the Illinois-Penn State game?
Illinois.
Illinois money line.
People are still talking about this, you know? And it's like, here's the guy, and the same guy now telling us what his picks were yesterday. Thanks. Instead of the thank me later, I call that the thanks for nothing. You know, when they post the pick after the game is over, thanks for nothing. Right? It's like, I mean, look at these picks, too. Baylor money line. Who cares? You know, it's like, who cares? Nobody. If you're betting money line favorites, I got 2 words for you. Who cares? You know, I hate money line favorites. I don't see the value there, man. I see zero value on money line favorites. Hate them. Speaking of hating, Panthers, Ducks, Colorado Islanders. I mean, the Islanders playing at 10 o'clock at night, man. They're Eastern time, right? And Vancouver against Minnesota, 10:30. The NHL just figures, you know what? We're going to start at 8 o'clock tonight. We're just going to do things a little differently. We're going to start at 8 o'clock Eastern. We're going to bring it all the way to 10:30. Late night with the NHL. 10:30 start in Vancouver. That's about as late as it gets, right? I mean, as far as NHL starts, 10:30. I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, no, I can't remember an 11 o'clock start.
That's like a college basketball start. That's later than like a baseball start. It is 7:30. It is just 7:30 West Coast time, though, right? So
yeah,
but it's like 10 o'clock. We see 10:30.
Yeah,
that's balls, Chris.
Well, yeah, I'm up till midnight watching this hockey game.
Well, that's why I moved to Hawaii. This is why I moved to Hawaii. Seriously, because in baseball, in baseball season, ask Chris when you're writing articles in baseball season. When you're writing articles in baseball season, it's like the Giants are hosting the Braves, and it's like a 1-1 game in the 16th inning. It's brutal, man. It's awful. It's like if he's in East Coast time zone, it's like I was in Central, and it was like oh my God, it's like Jimmy Fallon's over, like when he was not even on this show, when he's on his other show, which is an hour later. Like that show's over. It's like, you know what? I got to move to a different time zone. And that's when I moved to Hawaii. It was because of stuff like this. That game's on at 5:30 our time, which is super late start. That's like a college football or college basketball start, But in a couple weeks, it'll be 4:30. And you'll see. No one does more with an extra hour in the day than I do. Anyways, Chris, how about these late games?
Yeah, for me, I'll start with I like Florida minus 135 against Anaheim. Anaheim's just continuing to struggle, and even at home, it's like it was the same thing with Florida's last game. Got to remember, Florida's one of the top offensive teams in the league right now. They can pepper you with goals. Anaheim just doesn't have the offensive firepower to keep up, so I like Florida and money line here. I like the Islanders at plus 145 against Colorado. I just think this game should be closer to a coin flip. I mean, you got the Islanders with basically the same road record that the Avalanche do at home. They're almost the same in their last 10 games. Virtually the same on the puck line. I just think it should be a closer line than it is. So I'll take the Islanders at plus 145.
There's a video on this game to answer this guy's question. There's a video out there on YouTube I did on that game, so you can check it out. Go ahead, Chris.
And the last one, I like Vancouver minus 135 against Minnesota. Doesn't look like the coaching change started to pay dividends just yet for Minnesota. Coaching change I still, quite frankly, don't understand. But Vancouver's still playing really, really well at home. I just think they're the better team here, and the price isn't too bad. So I'll lay the minus 135 with Vancouver.
So I've asked you this question before, and I don't think we actually got to and ever got to an answer on it. So the killer whale in the word Canucks, is that like another word for orca? I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Canuck? Canuck is
orca
another word for orca?
Canuck is another word? No, a Canuck is a Canadian.
Right.
Isn't it?
And why is the Vancouver Canucks and their symbols in orca?
Because out that way, that's orcas are huge in BC. Right? They're everywhere. They have a whole pod, like a family that just hangs around, and they're all like they have names for them and everything. So they put it on the.
See, we are a family show. We are a family show. See that? We are.
It looks like an orca jumping out. That they kind of look like a totem pole.
This is Rod's orca jumping out. Hand signal. Up with people. All right. Rod, what do you like? How about these last games? Oh, man.
We can get that on a t-shirt.
What, the orca jumping?
No, what we're going to do is we're going to get one of those GIF things. It's like whenever he hits the bird cage, we're going to post that.
Just in the Facebook group.
For me, I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take the Avs here. The Avs just played Tampa and took them right to the edge. The Avs are a good team, great team here. That Tampa Avs, I wouldn't be surprised if that was a Stanley Cup preview to come. So give me the Avs here on the puck line. I think they beat up on the Islanders today. They got a little angry, frustration for not beating Tampa Bay. Give me the Avs on the puck line. And this Duck team just got rocked by Calgary. And it's Calgary. Yuck. Give me the Panthers here. They score in bunches when they're scoring. So give me the Panthers here on the puck line, Avs on the puck line, and I like the Canucks in regulation over the Wild. That Wild team just, why did they get rid of their coach? No sense to me. They were winning and playing good, and then they get rid of their coach, and now they're slumping again. It's like, blows my mind.
All right, well, we've got a lot of college hoops today. Chris, how many college hoops do you have for today?
7.
How about you, Rod?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7.
All right, perfect. We'll go. Chris, you want to give us 3.5?
Sure. I'll go first three. I'll go first one. I like Syracuse
Dropping
plus
everything.
the 9 against Louisville. Louisville had back-to-back road losses, which we've started to learn is the kiss of death. But they're back at home. The problem is, I've learned with Kentucky getting points is the same lesson I've learned with Syracuse on the road this season. I don't bet against it. Syracuse 6-0 against the spread in the last 6 conference road games. They've been winning some of those games. They've been keeping teams really close. Syracuse just knows how to play on the road, so I'll take Syracuse plus the 9. I like Villanova minus the 4 against DePaul. I this line feels funny to me, but you know what? If it's a trap, I'm going to bite because Villanova is just a way better team here, and I just think that this line should be at least 3 or 4 points heavier. So I'll take Villanova minus 4, and I'll take Tulsa plus 11 against Houston. I know Houston's the better team, but Tulsa's been playing some really good basketball in their own right, and I just think this is a case of way too many points. So I'll take Tulsa plus 11 here.
So can you recap those real quickly? Because I dropped a tray of batteries at Costco, something on the floor, so I missed it.
Yeah, I know that. Syracuse plus 9 against Louisville, Villanova minus 4 against DePaul, and Tulsa plus 11 against Houston.
Louisville, Nova, Tulsa. Okay, Rod. Yeah, this is what's left in the container. I'm trying to pick them up with my feet.
Syracuse, Nova, Tulsa.
Yeah, I like Syracuse out of those a lot. I think they have a chance to win this game. Rod, what are you looking at for the first part of your college hoops here?
Auburn and Georgia here. This Georgia team's 1-8 their last 9. Not so good. Auburn lost their last game, but that's okay. I think they come back here and even on the road, I think they beat this Georgia team. Give me Auburn minus 4.5. The other one, Michigan at Rutgers. Rutgers still undefeated at home. Give me Rutgers minus 1.5. That's in their wheelhouse. They like a 3-point win. I know Michigan's looked pretty good playing lately, but I think Rutgers at home will get the win there. Give me Rutgers minus 1.5. And the last one I'm looking at Miami at Virginia Tech. Give me Miami here. Miami plus 4.5. They've started since their top scorers come back. They've looked real good playing hoops. Virginia Tech's 1-7 ATS their last 8. Give me Miami plus 4.5.
I like Bradley here minus the points. They've screwed me so many times this season. Eventually, they're going to hit for me, right? It's just the law of averages. They're 10-4 against the number at home, but I think I bet on them 4 times. I think that's an unfortunate thing here. It's they're 14-1 straight up, 10-4 against the number at home. I know Missouri State 8-3 against the number on the road, 7-3 against the number in the last 10 games. But this is a manageable number at 5.5. I just think Bradley gets it done at this time of year. Another one that I'm looking at, this is 2 video picks that I did. One was Georgia Tech. I like them against Wake Forest. I would pretty much take anybody against Wake Forest right now. I think Vandy Wake would be a good game, and I like Richmond against George Mason. I think the Spiders are just playing really well, kind of flying under the radar, and they play in a conference where. When you get to that conference tournament, the team that's favored to win it never wins it, right? I mean, never. So I could see Dayton going down, in that tournament, as good as Dayton is. I think Dayton's still going to be in the NCAA tournament. They're going to be, instead of a 2 seed, they'll probably be a 3, is what's going to end up happening there. But Richmond's one of those teams to watch out for there. 19-6. I mean, what's not to like here? 11-2, 8-5 against another home.
I'm on that one too. And
Rod likes it.
And I like Bradley. So those 2 on my sheet. Bradley's 18-1 at home. Give me Bradley here.
Yeah,
and
it's something like that. It's whatever he said.
Yep.
But I'm going to do a Moneyline parlay at the end of the show. I have a few Moneyline dogs that I think are live, and I think we round robin these as well. Chris, you want to go with your next set of games?
Yeah, I'll do my last four. I like Washington State -6 at home against Cal. Cal's just terrible on the road, being outscored by 15.7 points per game on the road this season, and only putting up 53.4, and that's not going to cut it against Washington State at home. So I'll lay the 6 with Washington State. I'm on
Cal
Rutgers
sucks. I
-2.5.
mean, Cal sucks, man. Not only are they 0-7 on the road, 1-6 against the number on the road. You know, that's just a lack of effort.
Yeah, not wanting to play on the road. They just want to play at home.
They don't even want to play. 10-15 overall. I'm not even sure they want to play. They're like saying, what's Fresno doing tonight? You know, maybe we can get them to come over and we'll just sit around and do nothing.
They're playing it before someone. I like Rutgers -2.5 against Michigan. I just think home dominance in the Big Ten rears its head once again. I think Rutgers wins this game by 3 or 4 points. So take Rutgers here. I like SMU -7.5 even on the road against Tulane. I just think SMU's the better team here. Tulane's playing like hot garbage, and I'm not trying to step anywhere near the green wave right now. I like SMU to win this one by double digits. And I like South Carolina +5.5 against Mississippi State. I just see this one being a 2-3 point game at most. South Carolina's battle tested on the road. They've done well on the road. They're 7-3 against the spread on the road. They're 7-2 against the spread on the road this season. And I just think they can keep this one close. I'll take South Carolina +5.5.
Tonight's Cal-Fresno State game has been canceled. Neither team felt like playing. It's like, they showed up at the stadium, put the uniforms on, and said, I don't feel like it. Sat around for a while. Sold some pretzels. Rod, who do you like?
I'm looking at Providence at Georgetown. Give me Providence here on the road. I think they can go into Georgetown and get a win. They're just playing the better basketball here. It's now a pick 'em. So give me Providence as a pick 'em right now. They were a +1 before the show. Now they're a pick 'em. So give me Providence here. Another one I'm looking at, Boston College at Virginia. Boston College is 4-1 ATS their last 5, and Virginia is, what are they, 8-15-1 against the spread this year? Yeah, give me Boston College plus the points there. Virginia probably wins, but I don't think they cover that number. And I'm opposite South Carolina. Give me Mississippi State at home. Both teams are playing pretty good basketball. Both teams are 8-3 ATS their last 11 games. But I think being at home, I think Mississippi State can cover the -5.5. Give me Mississippi State.
So I got 4 money line dogs that I'm looking at, and that's what I'm writing down. I'm getting the actual money lines, what they are. And I'm thinking about doing a round robin parlay with these 4 teams. I like South Carolina on the money line. I think they beat Mississippi State. As far as for me on that game, I think you can look at the numbers, and the numbers are the numbers. And when you look at against the spread and all those things recently, they're all even, you know. But South Carolina actually has the better record over that span. The thing is about South Carolina, and I know this is the worst thing you could probably do in these type of scenarios, is on the eye test. You know, when I watch them on TV, this team looks like they're super confident. And I know Mississippi State has looked confident as well in their games. But
who did South Carolina lose to their last game? They just lost to somebody.
Who did?
South Carolina, didn't they?
I don't think so. I think they didn't cover. I think they beat Tennessee, but I think they didn't cover is what happened. They were 2.5 point favorites, and they won by 2. But they beat them. Yeah. But I've seen this team on the road slaughter some people. Frank Martin is a good coach. And, you know, when he has his team buying into it, I mean, we saw it 2 years ago, right, with Sindarius Thornwell. They made it to the Final Four. Nobody had him in their bracket, right? They were the bracket buster. So I just think that they're a live dog here. I also think NC State is a live dog at plus 240 at home against Duke in the Battle of Tobacco Road. Those Tobacco Road games, we saw it in the North Carolina Duke game, right? Who's not as good as NC State this year. It's like you can throw the record book out the window. The other one I like, Michigan plus 125 against Rutgers. They just beat Rutgers. They beat them at Madison Square Garden, basically in a tougher building than what they're going to play in at Rutgers in Piscataway tonight, where Rutgers is undefeated this season. Got news for you. Rutgers isn't going undefeated at home this season. They're having a nice year. They're going to make the NCAA tournament. They're not going undefeated at home. This is where they lose. We saw Michigan earlier this season, destroy the top 10 teams in the country. They kind of had a lull in the middle of the season, but they picked it up recently, starting with that Rutgers game at Madison Square Garden, right? And then they beat Michigan State. They're playing pretty well. Also, Syracuse plus 360. I think you throw that in on a round robin parlay because I'm not sure, but I definitely think they cover the 9. I just don't know about the money line. But those are 4 money line dogs that I'm looking at for tonight that have a good chance. Of course, TCU against Texas. But we are getting into that late February. We're past February 15th, so it's always tough to go against Shaka then. But as a favorite, they are 4-10 against the spread at home this season, so they do have a chance. That's bad, right?
Here's a craptacular game. Fordham at LaSalle.
Oh, I saw that one. I saw that one on the board.
And I'm like, well, give me Fordham plus 7.5. How is LaSalle a 7-point favorite? They ain't covering that. Well, it might, but I don't think so. Too craptacular. Give me Fordham plus 7.5.
I like Georgia Tech as well as a dog on the money line too. There's another one I'm looking at. Yeah, we're not going to sit here and read your money line favorite parlay. That's a joke. If you're giving out money line parlays, you've come to the wrong place. You've 100% come to the wrong place. I can assure you that. We recap at the end. Anyways.
But
Andy wants to know South Carolina, NC State, Michigan, and Syracuse. Those are my 4. Anyways. Another person that wants to bet money line parlays, man, of big favorites. That is a good way to lose a lot of money. Yeah, the place to do it is in the Facebook group. If you have picks, you post your tickets and your picks in the Facebook group. We've done this a million times, right? That's what it's there for. I'm in there. Rod's in there. Chris, well, sometimes. But Rod and I are both active in the Facebook group. I would say I'm active in the Facebook group. Well, I'm in there all the time. So even when I'm not posting, I'm there 100% of the time. I don't know what these guys are doing, but I don't even understand this question. Is that a rule? Is what a rule? What is the rule? The rule, the idea is that this show is for us to give out our picks and for people to ask us our opinions. And then the Facebook group is basically a community discussion where everyone discusses their picks and stuff. Because once this show is over, no one's going to go through the comments and have a discussion with you. That's the issue here. Is that the reason we do this show at this time is so the video is up all day long because some people can't join us at 10 o'clock Eastern time or 11 o'clock Eastern time where we're moving the show in a couple of weeks. People won't be able to join us. So we do the show early. I used to do it at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And people said, well, this gives us all day to watch it. So I said, hey, if that's what you guys want, we'll do it. And most people seem to like it that way. If you post something in the comments here, though, once the show is over, the discussion ends. But in the Facebook group, you post something, the discussion goes on all day. Right? I mean, that really is the whole thing. So it's not a hard, fast rule. It's just common sense. No? I mean, tell me if you guys tell me. I'm sure someone will call me a low life piece of crap because of that opinion. But it's just that's my take on it. But if it's like if somebody else has a reason why we should discuss, money line parlays, in there, which I mean, you're never going to get one of those from me. I'll tell you that much. Never. You're never going to get it. What's that song? Never going to happen.
Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Never gonna get it. Hey, never get it.
Up with people. Anyways, yeah. So that's my thought process there. Anyways, got a pretty busy day ahead. Chris, what are you doing? What are you looking at? Chris is like watching porn or something. Staring at the like we can't even get his attention. I'm like
No, I was looking at the lines and something came up and started playing audio. I'm like, shit.
Chris's Grindr's account blowing up.
All right, so what are we doing?
Tinder, right? Isn't that what? I don't even know what these are. Tinder. Chris's Tinder is blowing up.
My fiance will love that one.
Well, she'll be like, "How come you didn't call me account? How come you didn't call me back?" Well, my Tinder account was blowing up over here after the show.
Honey, I gotta let you go. I got a Tinder notification. Give me a second.
Well, I have a feeling that's not going to go over so good.
Oh, he's saying sports pick shows rarely give out parlays. We give out a parlay every day on this show. Rod gives out a birdcage every single day, I think, on this show. Unless, I mean, even if there's not three teams to bet, he's still giving out a birdcage. It's like, he'll throw in like Russian soccer if need be. It's like,
if need be.
Russian soccer, 3rd division, give me the chicken Kiev.
So what am I doing? Yeah.
Do you guys care about Wofford? I don't even know who they're playing because whoever's saying these questions, they will give us Team A versus Team B with the point spread.
I know they're playing UNC Greensboro. I know that.
UNC Greensboro against Wofford. I looked at this one last night, actually. It was like taking Wofford just seemed almost too obvious, right? Like they're not playing well. They're not the same team they were last year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why if I had to pick, I was going to take UNC Greensboro. I think they're playing really good defense, and Wofford's, like you said, they're not the same team from last season, but giving up that many points to Wofford is always dangerous. So
yeah, inverse line move. Well, no, actually the line has moved to Wofford. It's down to 9. Greensboro 9-1 in their last 10, 13-3. Wofford just not playing Wofford type basketball. If I had to go to the SoCon, I like East Tennessee State over Furman. And what should be a good one.
That's the top 2 teams in the conference, I think.
Yep.
Battle for first.
Anyways, ready for a recap?
Yes, sir.
Let's do the recap. And tomorrow, the NBA is back. So I'll be doing my NBA videos. Those will be up tonight, along with college hoops. I don't even know what tomorrow's college hoops schedule looks like. Let me take a quick look at the schedule for tomorrow. Courtesy of Randy.
40-something.
Randy keeps our schedule for us here. Keeps us all kind of keeps the wheels in motion. Tells us how many games there are, as well as anything. So we got 43 college hoops tomorrow. Oh, man. This is the total Thursday schedule, too. Rod, what do you think the line is in that Stanford-Washington game? How about Oregon-Arizona State, man? That looks good, too, right? Arizona, Oregon State. USF, Wichita State. Ohio State, Iowa, at Iowa. There's some interesting games on this card. Colorado USC is a good game. BYU Santa Clara is a good game. There's some gruesome stuff on here too. Don't get me wrong. Omaha versus Fort Wayne. I am not doing a Mastodons video.
Come on.
Let's
It'll be
see.
fun.
All right, Chris, we're gonna do your recap and go.
All right, so start on the ice. I like the Rangers plus 115 against Chicago. Boston in regulation minus 130 against Edmonton. Dallas in regulation minus 110 against Arizona. Florida minus 135 against Anaheim. The Islanders at plus 145 against Colorado. And Vancouver minus 135 against Minnesota. College hoops. I like Syracuse plus 9 against Louisville. Villanova minus 4 against DePaul. Tulsa plus 11 against Houston. Washington State minus 6 against Cal. Rutgers minus 2.5 against Michigan. SMU minus 7.5 against Tulane. And South Carolina plus 5.5 against Mississippi State.
Okay. Our marine biologist, Rod Zawacki. Slash dancer. And now we welcome the Puck Dogs dancers.
So, Rangers in Chicago. Give me Chicago at home here. And the under 6.5. Boston at the Oilers. Give me Boston on the puck line. I think they beat the Oilers by a couple. Coyotes at Dallas. Give me Dallas on the puck line. Islanders at the Avs. Give me the Avs on the puck line. Florida at the Ducks. Give me the Panthers on the puck line. And I like the Canucks in regulation. My three-way in NHL. Three-way all to win in regulation. Give me the Boston, Avs, and Panthers. College hoops. I like Mississippi State to cover the number. Give me Boston College plus the 12 at Virginia. Give me Providence over Georgetown. I like Bradley over Missouri State. I like Richmond over George Mason. Give me Auburn minus 4.5 over Georgia. I like Rutgers over Michigan. I like Miami plus 4.5 over Virginia Tech. And I like NC State plus the points at Duke. So my three-team college bird cage, give me Providence, Bradley, and NC State.
I gave out my premium picks in the premium area. We have a question here. Do these dudes actually bet the picks they're giving out? I get this question all the time from people that haven't watched their show. I've been doing this for 13 years on YouTube. Both, that was before they had live. I did this there. I did it at my first site was called CFBplace.com, the college football place. I had another site called Sports Chat Place. I have this. It's the largest traffic sports betting prediction site in the world. It is the highest traffic. More people go to Sports Chat Place for betting predictions, for free betting predictions, than any other site out there. It is an indisputable fact. It is called, what do you call it again? Data. Quantifiable data. Leads us to believe that while some of the other sites people will go for as their odds source and they leave it up and the page automatically refreshes and things of that nature, nobody goes for free betting predictions to a single site more than they go to Sports Chat Place. That is what it is. We give out free picks on every single game, on every single day. Okay, Sports Chat Place does, and Pick Dogs. Both are us. Okay, we don't disguise the fact they're all under my parent company, which is called Dawn Patrol. And I own those two sites. I used to own another site called Picks and Parlays. I no longer own that site, but I'm still the founding partner of that site. That you can leave the house, but it doesn't mean you were never there, right? So it's like I was the founding partner. at Picks and Parlays. Okay, I had a partner on that site. Not allowed to mention his name in any way, shape, or form. But we give out free picks on every game. A lot of the games we give out are the games that people care about most. People are asking us in the questions, hey, what about Wofford? What about Michigan? What about that, right? So we're just answering and giving our opinion. The games I put in the premium area as my premium picks, I bet every one of those games. Okay, I always do. I always have. Okay. There are other times on the show where I'll have picks that aren't premium picks, and I just say, right, and everyone's heard me say this, I love whatever, right? So I'll bet those as well. And other times I'll pick it up. Like today, these 4 money line games that I say I'm going to do, I'm betting these. I bet. So we do bet our picks. We don't bet every single game we talk about, or every single game we give a pick out, or every single game I do a video on it. I give those out because if you ever have seen my email inbox, if I don't do that, I get thousands of emails. I mean, we have over 3 million people a month that visit our websites. Over 3 million. And believe me, if 1% of those people email me or instant message me on Facebook every single day, it's overwhelming. So it's way easier for me to give out the videos, and I think people enjoy it more. So they can watch it on their own time. So that's why we do that. But you want the picks that we're betting? For me, it's the ones that are in the premium area, along with the ones that I say I love. So those. I don't really understand. We go through this a lot, but we always have new viewers, so I don't mind doing it. But anyways, on this show, I gave out the shows that I gave out on this show, the ones that I like and I am betting and that aren't premium picks, are Richmond Spiders, less the points, Georgia Tech money line, Bradley minus the points. I'm also betting South Carolina on the money line, NC State on the money line, Michigan on the money line, and Syracuse on the money line. If I can hit 2 of those, man, it's going to be money. I'm also going to round robin parlay those. So wish me the best of luck, because none of those are stone cold locks. I'll tell you that much. That's my flyer ticket. You know, everyone has their flyer. Oh man, I just want to take a chance or whatever. We see these huge 20-team parlays in the Facebook group. I'd rather take 4 money line dogs, throw them together, and it's like, man, if I hit, I really hit, man. I have it could be a game changer. You know, if you have the right one. Anyways, let me bring the guys back in. They're sick of hearing me talk. Nino Brown, I think, just hit the nail on the head. Thank you. Thank you for at least saying that. It's like, but you know, we have new people watching the show all the time. Like I used to look at I have a counter on my screen that you guys can't see, and I'll show you guys that actually. So here's my screen. I have a light now on the desk. That's why my lighting is so much better. And there's the guys. And you can see I have a counter on my screen right there, and it says how many. 228 are watching. But that's across all platforms. I remember when that used to say 40. You know? So that's what a little sex appeal like bringing these guys in will do for your views. Yep, we got Dancing Rod. But anyways.
It's Wednesday. It's a good day.
No, it's fine. That's why I answered it. That's why I answered the question. I understand that you're new. I understand. And there's new people every day. So I don't mind answering it. It's like our show was going to finish early. So I had time to answer. It's not a big deal, man. I'm not mad about it or anything. I want everybody to understand that. I don't think we do a good enough job of communicating that to people. That we have an opinion on, these are our opinion on every game. We don't like sit around in a room at Pick Dogs or at Sports Chat Place or at both and say, these are our site picks. It's the opinion of the person writing the article, you know? Yeah, it's like, everyone has their own opinions. I don't take your wallet and force you to bet anything. That's for damn sure. I'm tired of getting attacked. Who's attacking you? I'm missing this part. Never coming back to this video or chat again. Horrible. Who's attacking anyone?
I don't see any
I'm
attacks.
missing it here. Did I attack anyone? Someone tell me if I am, because I'll if I'm wrong, I'll promptly admit it, man. But I don't think it was an attack. I'm just trying to explain what we do as a business. No question is a dumb question if you don't know. That's just how it is. But it's hard, but it's fair. No, there's dumb questions. That wasn't one of them. I didn't think that was a dumb question. Oh, trust me, there's some really dumb questions. A lot of them. Anyways, let's wrap it up. This is going nowhere fast. This is going in the wrong direction. I'm going to go hit the golf course is what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to go take my wife out to lunch because she's going to Vegas tomorrow. So have a great day, everyone. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for the Computer Pick Show where, man, if you haven't been using Spread Knowledge or at least, use it as a tool, to go along with your own handicapping, you have missed the boat. I mean, it's taken some names. It's not 100%, that's for damn sure. But I'll tell you what are we, 74, 38, and 2 on our live show with random picks? If you lose money at 70, if you can't make money at 74, 38, and 2, stop betting right now. Or I was gonna say, or maybe I'm in the wrong business and should be your book, but that's not. I don't think I'm allowed to say that, or nor would I ever say it. Anyways, thanks guys, man. I enjoyed it as always. Thanks to everyone that joined us, that hit the thumbs up. Have a great day.